All memories are not created equal. Lots of them we like to immerse ourselves in, but there's other memories that you and I would like to avoid, is there not? Of course there is. But our social networks, I'm speaking specifically now of Google Photos and Facebook, relish the opportunity to share memories from past years with us on our smartphone or in our newsfeed, and they bring up memories. Now, sometimes it's a welcome memory. This is a totally welcome memory. It was a wonderful day. But other times, we don't necessarily want those memories, do we? This memory just a year before is not quite as welcome with me. It's not that I don't love the dog. It's not that I don't love Farley, but Farley passed away a year ago. And I'm not quite at the point where I want to be reminded of that on a regular basis in my newsfeed. So what can we do about this? Today on Dottotech, we're going to be taking control as much as we can of the memories being shared with us by the social platforms, Facebook and Google Photos. That's today on Dottotech. Steve Dotto here. How the heck you doing this fine day? And as promised, today I'd like to talk about how we can take a little bit of control over the memory feed that we get in a couple of social platforms, specifically Facebook and Google Photos. Now, often we really appreciate the memories that are being shared with us in our newsfeed, but occasionally, as I mentioned off the top, it's something that we would rather not have at this particular point. It could be the loss of a pet, it could be a loved one who's passed on, or it could be just a bad memory, maybe a friendship which has gone sour or a relationship which has gone sour, and you don't want those photos and those memories coming in and basically impacting your sense of joy for that particular day. So what can we do about it? To manage our memories in Facebook, we go under the waffle menu and you scroll down till you find under personal memories. This gives us control over the memories that we're going to be served. Well, first thing it does is in the center is it shares the existing memories from this date in previous years. So if just the one memory in your newsfeed isn't enough, you can recount everything that happened on this particular days in years gone by. But if you look over here on the left-hand side, this is where we adjust the settings. Under notifications, we can choose if we want to choose the nuclear option to turn off all of the notifications of memories so that we aren't reminded of any memories in the past, should you choose to. And you might choose to inside of Facebook because the granular control that Facebook gives us over memories is somewhat limited. You can choose to hide people, just individuals, by typing in their name. So if there is a relationship which has gone sour or someone who has passed and you don't want to see their information in your newsfeed or their memories in your newsfeed, then you can turn them off. But it's only going to work if that person is tagged in the image so that Facebook knows. Facebook doesn't do any image recognition to recognize individuals if they aren't tagged. So it's only going to work on images which are tagged. Also, there's no functionality here for you to include things like pets in here. So you are going to be getting those memories unbidden if you don't turn off all memories. They give us another option here to hide dates. Now, you might wonder why you'd want to hide dates. Well, let's say, for example, you were in a small car accident, a fender bender, and you took a bunch of photos of it for insurance purposes. Well, because they're now in your photo roll, and maybe you shared it on Facebook, maybe you said, look what happened, I had a small accident today, but don't worry, everybody's fine. But a year from now, 2 years from now, you don't necessarily want to be reminded of that particular event. It's not a happy memory. So you can hide those dates. You can hide the dates of that event so that it doesn't come up in the future. So you have those options as far as controlling the memories in Facebook. But as I've said, I think a lot of us will choose to turn off all memories if indeed it bothers us, some of the memories that surface, because Facebook just doesn't give us very much granular control over those memories. Now, Google Photos, on the other hand, gives us a little bit more control over what we see and how we see it. Now, for the most part, Google Photo memories tend to show up on our smartphone if we have Google Photos installed on our phone or in our tablet. And we control the service of those memories by going into Google Photos, into your Google Photos account, and then by going under the gear menu, under the settings. If you scroll down inside of the settings, you again find a menu called Memories, where you can manage your memories. If we open that up, we are given a few other options. One is to hide people and pets. The other is to hide dates, Or you can also hide different creations. You notice Google Photos will occasionally do collages. If you've gone on a trip to New York City, it'll say, here's your trip to New York, and it'll do a little video of a collage of all of the different photos. So you can choose to turn those on or off as far as your memories are concerned. And you can also choose in this area here to choose to turn off previous years, recent highlights, or any themed memories, because Google Photos will again attempt to theme your different memories together. And we all recognize, if you've been using Google Photos on your smartphone, you recognize how these memories surface. But this is the control that I think you're going to be most interested in the ability here to hide people and pets. If we open this up, it takes advantage of Google Photos facial recognition tools, and it allows you to go through and choose. In this particular case, I might just want to turn off all of the photos that are of Farley, and I want to do that for a period of time until I'm kind of over that mourning period, and when seeing him will bring a smile to my face instead of a tear to my eye. And I think we all have been there and know exactly what I'm talking about. So you can turn off individuals here for a period of time, and then you can turn them on when the time is right. So Google Photos gives us a few more controls. As well, they also will allow you to hide dates, similarly to the way that Facebook does. But as you can see, Photos gives you extra, as I say, granular control over which memories you see and how they are presented to you. On a purely personal note, since we've been talking about dog photos, etc., you can see here that I'll have a lot of new memories. This is the newest member of our family. This is Gilly McDotto. She's our new lab puppy, and she's settling in very well. I'm sure you will see her featured in future videos here at Dottotech. And with that, I'd like to throw it to you. Do you suppress memories that you have in your social feeds? And what strategy do you employ, or do you just turn them all off? I'd love to hear your comments below and how you deal with these new issues that are just cropping up as we start to use these different social platforms more and more. And with that, that's all the time we have for today. I want to thank you so much. If this video has been useful to you, has been helpful, a like and a share would be appreciated, as of course would a subscribe. Now, before we leave, one last thought is here at Dottotech, we host a weekly tutorial webinar called Webinar Wednesday, where we cover some aspect of productivity or content creation. I want to invite you to join us. They are free, and I think they're pretty awesome. Till next time, I'm Steve Dotto. Have fun storming a castle.